In this video, we want to review how asbestos contractors can submit notifications to the city's air pollution control section. So after you've logged in and from your home page, simply hover over Notifications in the top menu and click on Asbestos Notifications. The system will take you to the Asbestos Notification List page, and in the upper right-hand corner, there's a button labeled Actions. Simply click on that and select New Asbestos Notifications. Once the system loads a new application page, it's divided into several sections. So at the top, we start with the project information and location. Here, we'll enter the project address, and we actually look up the information in the City Assessor's database, so a lot of this information is imported for you. For our example, we'll use one of the alternate addresses for City Hall so you can see how you can type in information here. All we're looking for is the street number, direction if there is one, and maybe not even that is necessary, the street name, and suffix. But you really don't even need the suffix. So for example, we'll use 101 South Tucker. So you can type in S period, or South Tucker. And we can even type in Boulevard. Click on the orange address lookup button, and the system will look up the address you've entered in the City Assessor's database. Some of the basic information will be imported, and you'll just need to fill in the rest. The next section is if it's a demolition or renovation, so you can select that related information. And if it's a demolition or city-ordered demolition, we'll import the city's bid package information as well. You'll answer if it's an emergency or not. For our example, we'll say this is a renovation project, and we'll say it is a non-emergency. If you were to select emergency, you can select the date and hour of the emergency, type in a couple of explanations of the event, and upload a letter from the owner describing the event. But for now, we'll just say this is a non-emergency. Then we'll move to the asbestos section. The state was kind enough to give us a connection to their database, so a lot of the personnel, you can now just type in names, and the system will automatically import their certification numbers and contact information. Start typing in or select the name of the certified asbestos inspector associated with your job. Next, we want to type in the procedure for detection and select how the material was determined to be asbestos. Here we can also upload the asbestos inspector's report. You can type an alternate description as well to further describe the file. And once you save as a draft or submit the report, the upload will be shown in this grid here labeled Asbestos Inspector Reports. In the next section, we can describe the type and condition of the friable materials that you're going to be handling. So we'll just use a couple of examples. Once you have the type, condition, and description entered, simply enter in the amount of square feet, linear feet, or cubic feet of the material, and click Add. This will add that item to the grid over here to the right. We'll add one more example. You can do the same for the non-friable material. The next section is the project scheduling. In this section, you can request a variance, which will allow you to start inside of the 10-day window, and then you will list out your work schedule. The fee for the variance is $50, but you can deselect this. If the variance is not selected, you will not be able to put in a project start date earlier than the date shown on the system. So the first part of the work schedule is this an annual notification? This one is not. We'll select a start date for our preparation phase, as well as completion date, time of day, and weekend work hours. If you select yes for weekends, we will show the weekend start and end times, but if you don't, the system will not show those. For this project, we will say there are no weekend work hours. Now in the next section for personnel, the state has also kindly allowed us to tie into their database. So you can select the professionals that are working on your project simply by choosing their discipline and either selecting them from the list or just typing in their name. lastly, some work practices and waste disposal information. In the work practices text boxes, in order to save you a little bit of time, we will save the last notification you submitted and present to you the same text for these 3 text boxes. So you can come in here and make edits or just start all over again if you'd like. The next section is the waste disposal section. Here you'll list out the waste transporter and the waste disposal site. One thing to note, please take care to enter in correct information because we'll save everything that everyone enters for a while and then eventually turn on the ability to auto-select so as to help minimize data entry in the future. The supplemental information text box is optional, and all that remain are checking the certification of training box and certification of information. Once you do this, your notification is ready to submit to the city. We'll also let you save this as a draft, or you can submit it. So if you need to come back to it later, simply click on Save as Draft, and the system will save your notification form as it is. Once you're ready to submit, click on the Submit button, and the system will allow you to pay for and submit your notification to the city. We'll submit this one. The next step is to pay. And if you choose to use escrow, you'll have several options here at your disposal. You can either use an e-check, credit card, or escrow. For this example, we'll use escrow, and you'll see that we show you your escrow balance and what your balance would be after you pay for this notification. Simply click on the Submit button, and the system will process your notification and present you with the ability to print the receipt right here on this page. You can return to the control panel simply by clicking on the control panel. And this is how notifications can quickly and easily be submitted to the city. Thank you.